All right, roommates, neighbors, and smelly cats, let's chat over a cup of coffee because it's time to rewind. Out of all the friends, who would you say you are most like? And it can be a combo of a few, but
Mhm.
like you, Mel, who are you out of these six?
I think I always probably related to Monica the most, even
Yeah,
growing up. Yeah.
and you are a
She was
foodie. You are a good chef.
yeah, yeah. She's a homemaker and kind of
Yeah.
uptight, like
Yeah.
rigid.
Uh-huh, a little,
Um,
her a lot of her funny bits are from a place of, like, stress and
yeah, stress.
anxiety. So, you're
Mhm.
like, "Yep, I'm stressed." Uh-huh.
But I mean, I can relate to Ross too. I can relate to
Yeah.
Chandler.
I don't know, I feel like I'm probably mostly like a Chandler? I see a little bit of
Mhm.
me in him. I don't know, a little
Mhm.
bit of everyone, Chandler, Ross. I don't really see too much of me in Monica, but maybe sometimes.
I think we should play a game.
Now I think it is time to do some trivia questions. Since Mel is such a Friends fanatic, everybody, I have trivia questions because every now and then, I think I might have asked you questions like this, maybe for the Sex and the City episode, if I
Yeah, I think
remember
so.
correctly. Yep.
Mhm. Yeah. Mhm.
Last time I did it for Mean Girls, but everybody, so a while ago, pre-pandemic, I had a little side silly job working at a trivia company, and I still have all the emails with the questions. So
I
I
love
won't
that.
say what the trivia company is in case they
Yeah.
are still around, and
Yeah.
but Mel, I have a bunch of questions for you. I'll skip around. I won't ask you every single one, but they range from general knowledge to
Mhm.
quotes to true or false to a
Mm.
lightning round, more general
Okay.
knowledge. Okay? So I'm
Okay.
this is kind of the whole series. There's no order to things. Here are some general knowledge questions for you. Are you
Yeah,
ready?
let's see. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm curious.
Okay,
Let's see.
I'm excited. Okay, here we go.
Mhm.
Number 1, in the one with the Yeti, when Ross was going to move into a new apartment with Emily, who took his old furniture?
Um, Gunther.
Wow, ding, ding, ding. Yep, great. Great job. Okay, next up. In the one with Princess Consuela, what was the name of the town Joey couldn't find on a map that he thought Monica and Chandler's house was in?
That I'm not sure.
Escrow.
Oh,
Escrow.
that's funny.
Yeah, that is funny. That is funny. That's something I would do. Okay, in the pilot episode, we talked about the pilot. During Chandler's dream, he was naked and had a phone where his you know what was, which started ringing. Who was calling? Do you remember?
Not his dad, right?
Oh, so close. I'll give it to you. His mom. His mother
Oh,
was
okay.
calling.
Mhm.
Mhm.
That would have been
Okay,
my
let's
second
see.
guess.
Yeah, right. Makes sense. Okay, in the one with the rumor, which we talked
Uh-huh.
about,
Yeah,
what
yeah, yeah.
what does Will Colbert, Brad Pitt, say to Ross are his two greatest enemies? Do you remember?
Carbs and Rachel Green.
Exactly. Yep. Rachel Green and complex
Complex
carbohydrates.
carbs.
Yep. What did Chandler and Joey order to eat their last night together as roommates?
Oh, pizza?
Do you remember there was something else too?
Mm, not a meatball sub.
Nope, it was pizza, you got that, and Chinese, the food of, quote, "their
Oh,
people."
go Yeah, that's right.
Yep. In the one where they all turn 30,
Mhm.
which we just talked about this, we were talking about that episode. What does Tag give Rachel for her 30th birthday?
A scooter.
Yep, ding, ding,
Yeah.
ding. Who is Tag? Was that, what's his name we were talking about? Um
No, that
oh, no,
actor was
Tag
on
okay,
Sex and the City.
yes, I remember Eddie Cahill, dark
He
hair,
had
really dark, thick hair,
s
yeah.
literally just 15 minutes of fame.
I know, he really was, like, on everything for a bit there, and then is he okay? I
Yeah,
don't
I
he
know.
vanished.
It's so sad when that happens to
He is
people.
not in the industry, but yeah, some people, it really happens, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a funny one. Who was Monica's first kiss? Do you remember?
Oh, wasn't it Ross?
Yeah, gross.
Yeah,
Um,
no.
and then, okay, you I have a feeling you'll know this one. What is Joey's full name?
Oh, his I don't know if I know his middle name. I actually don't know.
Okay, I'll give it to you. It's Joseph Francis
Oh,
Tribbiani Jr.
Francis. Okay.
Francis. Mhm,
All right.
mhm. Okay, now I love these ones. Now let's move over to some quotes. Okay, so I
Mhm.
will say the quote and you let me know who said it. Okay, here's one. Number one, man, this sucks. You know, if mom and dad don't see us on TV after we made them so jealous, I mean, who's going to be the losers then? You
Probably
know?
Ross.
Ooh, so close. Monica.
Monica. Okay.
Yep.
I know what
Mhm.
episode it is, but
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay. Oh, okay, let's try this one. All right. You know, in some cultures, having a third nipple is actually a sign of virility. You get the best huts and women dance naked around you. Do you know who might have said that? It's not one of the main six.
oh, it's is it Janice?
Julie. Do you know who Julie
Oh
is? Do you remember
god. Yeah,
Julie?
of course,
Okay.
of course. I hate Julie.
Okay. How about all right, here's the next one. Hurry, Monica's gonna make you pack. She's got jobs for everyone. Now it's too late for me, but save yourselves. Who do you think?
Chandler?
Phoebe.
Okay.
Phoebe. Okay.
These are
Next
hard.
up. Yeah, they're tricky because actually, I mean, when you read them, it's like, yeah, about half the cast could say that. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Okay.
Mhm.
Here is number I think this is 4. This is a poker game. You can't
Okay.
serve food with more than one syllable. It's gotta be like chips or dip or pretz. Do you know who might have said
Joey?
that? Joey. Mhm, exactly. This is a fun one. Okay. Janice, I didn't even know you were pregnant. Who's the unwitting human whose essence you've stolen?
Chandler?
Chandler. Uh-huh.
Yeah, it sounds like Chandler.
Yep. Here's another quote. When I saw him get off that plane with her, I really thought I hit rock bottom. But today it's like there's rock bottom, 50 feet of crap, then me.
Rachel.
Rachel.
Yeah.
Really good.
Mhm.
Okay. Um, okay, here's the quote. Well, if you go to Disneyland, you don't spend the whole day on the Matterhorn,
Ooh, hey.
right? Any of them could say that.
Um, I'm gonna guess Chandler, but
That's a great guess. Rachel. I don't know what
okay.
she's saying it
That was
about or saying it
yeah.
to. Do you remember?
Mhm.
Yeah, no.
No, no.
It's a tough one. Okay, last quote. Here is the quote, everyone. Joey's not a friend. He's a stupid man who left us his credit card. Another drink? Some dessert? A big screen TV? Who do you think?
Was that Chandler?
Yeah, you got it.
Okay.
Yeah. Speaking of Joey and Chandler, the other day when I was on a plane, Friends was on JetBlue, so I'm like, "Why
Mhm.
not? It's a
Yeah.
perfect time to rewatch." And I watched one episode that was on one of these lists that we were looking at that just
Oh,
wasn't,
mhm.
listed the most, and it was the one right before everyone finds out about Monica and Chandler, and Mel, it was so
Oh.
funny. It's the one where, uh Monica and Chandler are so desperate for Joey to just lie for them. They don't want everyone
Oh,
knowing
yeah,
yet
yeah, yeah,
that, like,
yeah.
Joey's a sex addict and
Yeah,
there's the
that one is
candles
really
and the
funny.
camera. It's very sexual. And then he, rightfully so, is like, "I'm not doing this anymore." He's like,
Yeah.
"Monica's the sex addict." And
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, it was
He's like,
just so good.
"Hi, I'm Monica, and I'm
Yeah.
disgusting."
I'm disgusting. She's so good because she's, like, caving in and she's like, "Yeah," like,
Yeah.
it's really
That
funny. And
whole
that
season
also
is just so funny.
oh, yeah, that was season 5. Yeah, it's like it
Mhm.
makes sense for, like, the middle of the run to really be, like, the strongest, and a
Yeah.
great B story with, oh my god, with Phoebe taking a class and Rachel joins, but she doesn't do any of the work, but she
Oh, yeah,
steals
yeah, yeah,
Phoebe's
the book,
thoughts.
the English
And
class.
then and then Monica joins, and Monica's annoying everyone at the end and sitting in the front. "I know, I know." Oh my god, it's a
Yeah,
really
yeah.
great episode. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that. I love all those episodes leading up to, like, when they're Monica and Chandler in their, secret
Yeah.
relationship.
It's
It's just really
really
funny.
solid. Oh my
Yeah.
god, really
What
great.
a
Exactly.
fantastic idea they had to do it that
Oh
way.
my god. And just like the building tension was getting some great laughs. Yeah,
Yeah.
really good. Okay, everybody, we'll wrap up with the true or false section. Okay. So Mel, I'll say something. You tell me if you think that's true or false. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Number one, Chandler said Die Hard was his idea. What do you think? True or false?
False?
Good. Exactly.
Yeah.
Correct. False. Ross said Die Hard was his
Okay.
idea. Good.
Yeah, it doesn't
Okay.
seem like something Chandler would say.
Yeah. All right. How about this? Duncan. I can't even remember who Duncan was. I don't think I know Duncan. Duncan was married to Phoebe for 6
Oh,
years.
okay.
What do you think? True or
Um,
false?
true.
True. Ding, ding,
Yeah,
ding. Um, how about Frank Jr. got married at 18?
true, I
Does that
think. Or
true. Yeah,
19
really.
maybe? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, 18. True. You're
Yeah.
really good. Okay. Dr. Green is a neurosurgeon.
No, I don't think he's a neurosurgeon.
Oh my God,
No.
you are so good. Yes, false. A heart surgeon.
Uh,
Heart surgeon. Yep. Okay, this is super specific. I am going to be so impressed if you know this. Ross got a 1550 on his SATs.
hmm.
What do you think? True or false?
False.
Oh my God. Wow, you are good. Correct. False. 1250. Okay.
Okay.
Next one. Joey cries every time the movie Sophie's Choice is brought up. True or false?
False.
False. Wow. Oh my gosh. I think you're getting everyone. Titanic. He cries every
Yeah, he
time
never.
Titanic. Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he's
wouldn't
not.
know Sophie's Choice, right?
No.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
He's like, "What? Who's Sophie?" Okay. How about okay, this is pretty specific. Phoebe was once dumped because she fell asleep during Spinal Tap. True or false?
True.
True. Oh my God. Wow. Monica says age 27 is a dangerous eye age.
True.
Yep. Wow. Wow, everybody. Wow. Okay. Okay, here's another character. I have no idea who he is. Joshua Bergen bought a total of 6 suits from Rachel.
True.
Oh my gosh, yes, correct.
I love Joshua.
Susan, do you love Joshua? Who plays Joshua? Let me Google real
Tate
quick. Any
Donovan.
Oh, that's Tate Donovan. Okay, I was getting him confused with the other guy, Tag. Yeah, right. No,
Mm.
but I remember Tag now. Mhm. Okay. Susan says that breast milk tastes like cantaloupe juice. What do you think?
False.
Ah, it's true.
Okay.
It's true. Not everyone can get them all correct. It's okay. All right. Next one. Phoebe made out with Ralph Lauren.
Well, she thought she did, so that's kind of a trick question.
Oh, okay.
So
Yes. So that
false.
statement would be false. Exactly. Wow. Okay, good. She actually made out with Kenny, the copy guy.
Right.
Yep. Uh-huh. Okay. Last true or false, everybody. According to Joey, it's less than 50 steps from their apartment to Central Perk.
True.
Ah, false. He said
Mm.
it's less than 100 steps.
Okay.
Very nitpicky. I mean, these are
Yeah,
so detailed. Yeah.
these are
We could
tough.
go on and on, but oh, you know what? I'll ask you the bonus question.
The lightning round!
Oh my God, I forgot we used to do this. See, do you see why I could be like stressed whenever I would answer these questions? Because I mean, I knew the shows, but I didn't
Yeah.
know all, like, so if there was something, oh my God, God forbid, if there was something that was incorrect, I'd be like, okay, hold
Yeah.
on, calm down. Let
Yeah.
me
Oh, yeah.
Google and confirm. Oh my God, because
I can see
people
that.
are
Yes. Oh, I know.
yeah. So yeah. Okay. So was the bonus question of this sheet. Okay. This was
Mhm.
9 possible points. So in the one with the Halloween party, what did Phoebe, Monica, Chandler, Eric, Ross, Mona, and Gunther dress as for the party? Do you have any idea? Any of them?
Phoebe, isn't she Superwoman?
Yes. Okay, got one.
Monica's Catwoman.
Yes. Oh my God, two. Okay.
Chandler's dressed as a bunny.
Oh my God, yeah.
Who else?
What
Oh,
about
Ross,
Ross?
Spudnik. So,
Yes. Oh my God, amazing.
and
Joey?
Mona's.
Oh,
Well,
yeah,
Mona's a nurse.
Mona's a nurse. Yep. Okay, 5.
Joey, he's not Dracula, is he?
That's funny. No, he was Chandler, apparently. He was dressed as Chandler. Does that ring a
I don't
bell?
remember. I don't remember his costume. I don't remember like I can't get a visual of him.
And maybe that's because he just was one of them, right? And
Yeah.
then do you remember who Rachel was dressed as?
I don't think she was dressed up.
Oh my gosh, I'll give that to you because her costume was apparently a woman who spent a lot of money on a dress because pretty soon she won't be able to
She
fit
can't wear it.
into it.
Yeah.
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 Yep.
I remember
Okay, you got
it was
6.
yeah. That's pretty
And
good.
then, what about, do you remember who am I missing? Eric? I don't remember who Eric was.
Eric.
Let me see. Eric Friends. Who's that? Eric. Oh, it was Sean Penn, I
Oh,
think.
okay. Okay. He was Phoebe's love interest.
Uh-huh. I forgot about him. Wow, this show really got
I wanna
everyone.
say he was just,
He
like, dressed up as a stalker or something.
he was dressed as the solar system, apparently.
Okay.
And then Gunther, I guess, was dressed up. Do you remember what he might have been wearing?
No, I don't.
Charlie Brown.
Okay.
But wow, you
That's
did so well. Oh my god, you got like 6 of the possible, what, 9 or so. So, wow. We have a real Olympian Friends watcher. That's amazing.
they're definitely harder than I would've thought, so I'm
Yeah.
impressed if,
Yeah, you
people
know
who
your
get
shit.
those
For real, I know. Oh, it
those
was
super obscure.
competitive. Oh, yes. Very, very, very obscure.
We were on a break!
Oh my God! If you say that one more time, I'm gonna break up with you.
I do like the finale of season 3 where they go to Montauk.
Right, you mentioned that.
Um,
Okay, I wasn't able to watch, but tell me, why did they go to Montauk? Do you remember?
so this is now kind of a storyline that they end up dropping, but
Oh,
Phoebe, finds out that her so Phoebe meets this woman that's connected to her parents, and, long story short, this woman lives out in Montauk,
okay,
and Phoebe's able to borrow a beach house in Montauk from one of her massage clients. So
okay.
they all go out there for the weekend, and it ends up raining the entire time. So they're stuck inside. But Phoebe's storyline is basically she finds out that this woman out in Montauk is actually her real mother.
Oh, interesting. Okay, I guess I've
And
never seen
then
it.
simultaneously, Ross's storyline, Ross and Rachel again are broken up. He starts dating this woman named Bonnie, who is kind of a wild thing and like had previously had shaved her head, but right now
Oh,
she has long
okay.
hair.
That rings a bell. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
And Rachel's jealous, so she ends up convincing Bonnie to shave her head again. And of course, Ross gets pissed about that. They have another convo at the end of the episode where basically they tell each other they still have feelings for one another. So
Okay.
the big cliffhanger is which room does Ross go into? His girlfriend Bonnie's room or Rachel's room?
Oh,
And
wow.
then
Okay. And I see Bonnie
another
was played by
reason,
Christine Taylor. That's
yeah,
right. She's great. Okay.
one reason why I like that episode again, it starts to build on Monica and Chandler's chemistry. So the whole
Okay.
episode, oh, duh. Well, this comes out in the opener for season
For
4. But
4.
what happens during this time in Montauk? This is where the jellyfish sting happens,
Oh,
and Chandler needs to
I'm
pee
seeing
on
pictures.
Monica.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. Oh my god. Okay, I do remember that. Yeah, and I'm
But
seeing
in this whole episode, Chandler's basically they're having this conversation like, what would it take for you to end up with me, essentially? Because she says
okay.
something like, I don't know, I would. He's like, what about if I were the last man on Earth? And she's like, eh.
Yeah, that's right.
There's a nuclear holocaust. I'm the last man on Earth. Would you go out with me?
It's
Yeah.
so funny because we don't really have cliffhanger TV anymore. I mean, we sorta do, but it's not like how it was, where it was like,
No.
now you gotta wait all summer. I mean, you still have to
Yeah.
wait, but I don't
Yeah.
know, endings typically, ends of seasons don't feel as cliffhangery now as they did back then. They feel a
Yeah,
little bit
I
more.
agree.
And you know what's interesting? I just thought of this. Maybe that's because now you really don't know even more than back then if your show is gonna be picked up. It's like because it's
Uh-huh.
so, competitive
Yeah.
now and money and all
Mhm.
that. So maybe they
Yeah.
kinda wanna tidy things up a little bit more. Although,
Mhm.
going back to Hacks season 3 finale, whoa,
Cliffhanger?
Mel. Wow, good ending. What is gonna happen? Jaw dropped, like, wow, 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 wow. Anyway,
Wow.
um,
There's the dollhouse episode, which just has a lot of funny bits. Monica has an old dollhouse of hers that she's just, like, obsessed with, she doesn't want people to touch,
I
and then
see it here.
Phoebe
Okay.
ends up, like, making her own dollhouse, and that's really funny what she does with her dollhouse, but there's a whole funny bit within that one. That's a memorable
Cute.
episode from season 3. Mm.
The one with the dollhouse, that's season 3, episode what is this? Season 3, episode 20. Guess what date it aired on?
April 10th?
April 10th, 1997. You turned 10 that day.
That's
That's
weird.
wild. Oh my god, I
Yeah,
love that.
oh, my
Gonna
golden
put that clip
birthday.
online on social.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, how funny. So I'm glad you love that episode because that was your day. That's so cool.
I
Turning
guess because
10
it's kind
for
of a heavy
10-season show.
episode, but I'm
Yeah.
surprised it's not mentioned that the breakup episode. That must happen in season 3, where everyone is stuck in a room together. This part
Oh,
is funny.
yeah.
They all go into the room together because they hear Ross and Rachel start fighting.
Right. This
So
is
they
ringing a
run into
bell.
Monica's room, and then the
Yep.
fight just goes on for hours, and they didn't realize they were gonna be stuck in there for hours.
Oh,
They
yeah,
can't
yeah,
come
yeah.
out in the middle of their breakup fight.
Right. Yes. Oh my god.
So
Yeah.
that part is funny, but then it ends in a really sad way. But I love season 4. I think it's one of my favorite seasons. I guess well, I do like Rachel's boyfriend in that season, which is
Oh,
Tate
yeah.
Donovan.
That's Tate Donovan. Okay.
He
So yeah,
plays
I always thought he
Joshua.
was earlier, but he's kind of in the middle of the show. Yep. He was a big one.
Um, I love I like him a lot. And then I love the episode with all the wedding dresses where Monica picks up
Oh,
so
yeah.
Ross ends up getting engaged to Emily in this season, and she picks up Emily's wedding dress, and then she tries it on, and then all the girls just start trying on and hanging out in wedding dresses. That's a really funny episode. Now that I'm an adult and rewatching it, Emily is annoying, but when I was a kid, I actually liked Emily and Ross.
Oh,
And
interesting.
yeah, I know that now she's, you know, she was supposed to be not the person you were rooting for, but I thought it
Right.
was like, oh yeah, they work together. So I love the season finale. That's probably my favorite season finale is Ross's wedding in London,
Right.
where he says Rachel's name at the altar.
Hey, Ross, take the Emily, take the Rachel.
Oh my god, that's right. It's a very highly rated episode on IMDb, a 9.1 out of 10,
That
which
one,
is
that was just a shocking ending. That was the
yeah.
cliffhanger. That's how that episode ended.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, and that's also the episode that shockingly Chandler and Monica get together, and it's done so masterful. Like you don't see it coming, but at the same time, it's not out of left field. It like makes
Wow.
sense.
Yeah, yeah.
There's like very, very little hints about it, to make it not like what? How did that happen? You
Yeah.
understand how it happened, but you also never would have seen it coming.
It's funny because style-wise, like we were saying, like in the maybe like season 2, 3 is sort of the height of the Rachel, that haircut.
Uh-huh.
But to me, Rachel is most iconic in later seasons when she's got the silky, straight,
Yeah.
longer hair. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I agree.
Like
Uh-huh.
when Jennifer Aniston really became like a hair celebrity, you know, like
Mhm.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. That's funny how like and you know, to me, I always love Joey with longer hair. Maybe because also
Mhm.
when he has the short spiky hair, he looks a little too much like Chandler, you know, like
Mhm.
each of them have like a certain look that like Monica, I don't love short hair. She needs a little bit longer hair for
See,
me.
I
You
like
know,
her
when
hair short.
you
Mhm.
like it really, really short, because like there was like an
No,
episode. Yeah,
I
like
like
I like it
season
like shoulder
4
length.
short.
Yeah, season 4 is good. Yeah, there's like maybe like there's a maybe the next one, I forget, but like where it's like chin length where I'm like, it doesn't look it looked good as Gail in Scream 2, which is the shirt I have on to support our girl Courtney today. But I don't know. Then as Monica was super, super short, I was like, nah. So everyone kind of had like their best. No one ever looked bad, but you know, although the weight gain on some of the guys, it's funny
Yeah,
because like towards the end of the show, like some of the guys I felt like looked older than maybe they really were because of
yeah.
fluctuating weight, you know. So
Mhm.
on the lists in the top 10, there was no, season 7 episodes. So did you
Yeah.
want to mention anything in 7 at all before? Because we weren't going to talk about that at all unless you wanted to say any highlights.
I'm trying to think. I mean, I know I liked it because I think it's Monica and Chandler are
Let me
engaged in that
see.
season. I think it
I think
might end with their wedding.
with their wedding, I believe, right? Which
Yeah.
sadly, their wedding episode now infamously is the one with Monica and Chandler. Chandler's wedding part 1 and 2. Yeah, is the finale of season 7 exactly. But if I remember correctly, that right after filming that,
Oh
Matthew
yeah, he went
Perry,
to rehab.
RIP,
Mhm.
went right to rehab, and they helped them
Mhm.
all, I guess, get in the car and
Mhm.
Yeah, so that's got some behind the scenes,
Yeah.
memories as well for sure. But,
No, I love that season as well. It's interesting that the episode that I guess it's probably the finale then of would it be season 6 is when they get engaged? Yeah, it must be.
must be
That I
because
think
yeah,
is
a year prior.
a pretty classic episode when they get engaged. And
The one
then
with the proposal, part 1
I
and
love
2.
the
Yep.
opening of season 7 with I watched that episode a lot, the
The one
engagement
with Monica's Thunder.
celebration. Yeah,
Yep.
stealing Monica's thunder I think is really funny. And just them planning the wedding I think is really great, like top tier Monica stuff.
Oh, yeah. I remember this stuff very well. Yeah, this was when I was like, because I wasn't hooked on Friends until the middle of the run, like, I'm not
Mhm.
I just missed it, but, yeah, this was, like, prime, TV watching for me.
Classic line when Joey's trying to audition to play a 19-year-old
Oh,
and he comes
I
out
see.
of his room
Yeah.
being like, "Sup with the whack PlayStation, sup."
I see this picture, yeah, with his, like I don't know if you
Yeah,
can
yeah,
see it,
yeah,
his
yeah,
beanie and
yeah.
all that. Yep,
So, I
exactly. Oh
love
my
that
gosh.
episode. I think that's a classic episode. I think Christina Applegate was amazing.
Mhm.
I think
Yep.
she won also for guest
Yep.
starring.
Yep, yep. She no, how
Her
what was the
episodes
order
were
of
hilarious.
sisters? Was Rachel the oldest or the middle? Do you remember?
I think she's supposed to be the middle. I think it's supposed to be Christina, then Rachel, then,
Reese
Reese.
Witherspoon? Mhm. Yep.
I didn't love
Yep.
Reese Witherspoon's
Oh,
guest
no?
star. I kind of actually completely forgot. So they were in that together, and now they're in the morning show. So they
I
actually
know,
might
isn't
go
that
way back.
wild?
Yeah, Christina is the better guest star in terms of the sisters for
Yeah.
me.
She's so
Um,
good. Yeah.
so good. And then let me think who else.
One of the things that hasn't aged well, speaking of a guest star, is Chandler's father is played by
Oh yeah.
Kathleen Turner, right? Yep.
Mhm.
So, I
Mhm.
mean, funny at the time, maybe a little
Yeah, it
weird
was very funny at the
now,
time. Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Like a
Yeah.
little, tone deaf maybe
I
now, but yeah,
actually
that was
like,
a notable guest star.
I didn't really connect it back in the day. No, I know I didn't, but, the London episode,
Mhm.
there's a ton of English, you know,
Oh,
guest
okay.
stars in that, Hugh Laurie, that's his name, right? From The
Oh,
House?
yeah. Uh-huh.
In rewatching that episode recently, I realized that he's on the plane with Rachel and a
That's
much
funny.
younger version of him. I've always
Yeah,
loved
right.
that character, that bit, and I never connected it until watching it now.
Right?
There's
Yeah.
other I just don't know them, but I know that they are like,
Yeah.
well-known,
Prominent people.
yeah, English or TV actors in
Yeah.
England, in that episode, which I think is really cool. Since they were in London, they really wanted to try to, like, include as many viewers of that show and
Local.
make it special for them, yeah. So they actually
That's cool.
taped they did, like, 5 different performances of
Oh, wow, really?
for the live audience so they could, let as many people as possible see it. And then,
That is
obviously
really
they
cool.
yeah. And that was part of, them feeling more confident about the relationship between Monica and Chandler because every single audience had the same reaction. They were just loving it when they had that big reveal
Wow.
that they had been together the night before. Yeah. So,
Wow, that's so cool, and that goes back to my thinking of, like, yeah, like, sitcoms like this back in the day are kind of like they're more closely related to, like, theater than
yeah.
to, like, film and TV because and especially hearing that, like, doing the show multiple times a week to
Mhm.
for the audiences to enjoy it, right? And
Yeah.
obviously, doing it in front of a live audience every day,
Uh-huh.
like, it's funny how, like, it really is televised theater, you know?
Yeah. It's so strange to me that they did that because it's still they were stopping and starting all the time now. Like, how could that
Yeah,
be that
I know,
enjoyable for an
and
audience?
great point. I feel like after a while, you can only see the same thing a few times before, like, you're not laughing as much unless, like then that puts more pressure on the actors and maybe even the writers to
Yeah.
be like, "Okay, this take, like, do this to see, like, what the reaction will be." You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
yeah, it is pretty funny to hear I mean, also, I'm sure these shows didn't have too many takes, kinda like soap operas, like, they probably did it a few times, but it's not like you're doing, like, 10 takes or maybe, you know?
Well, do you guys have to go to the new house right away, or do you have some time?
We got some time. Okay, should we get some coffee?
Sure. Where?
the finale episode, it's incredible. It was watched by 52 million American viewers. Can you imagine?
Wow. No.
52 million people just in the US, making it the 5th most watched series finale in television history and the most
Oh.
watched television episode of the 2000s. This was probably one of the last really big popular episodes to watch live because,
Yeah, before TV changed for sure.
yeah.
Do you have the
Mhm.
list of what are the other top 5?
Oh man, I'll look it up while we talk. I don't, but
I
let me
know that
see.
I wonder if it's still like number 1. I know MASH used to be like the
Yep.
most watched. Um, Obviously Seinfeld was huge.
Seinfeld, MASH, you're right. Those 2 were huge. Yep. The most watched you're a genius, Mel. The most watched TV series finale in the US is the 1983 finale of MASH titled
Mhm.
Goodbye, Farewell, and Amen, which drew
Mhm.
holy crap, everyone. Wow, here I am raving about 52 million people. MASH 105.9. So basically
Wow. Everyone
6
in the country.
everyone. This finale held the record for the most watched telecast of all time for decades until the Super Bowl in 2010.
Oh,
Wow.
whatever. Yeah,
Yeah,
doesn't count.
so typical, but Super Bowl 2010, I wonder who performed. Let me just see real quick, because now who was the halftime show of 2010?
2010. Okay, so we were
Oh, it was The Who. I don't really, not really
yeah, it wasn't a
my
big Super Bowl because of them, that's for sure.
yeah, no, it must have been the teams, but wild. So yeah, TV is not like that now at
No.
all. Even the biggest shows still are not, or the biggest events are not. I mean, maybe a Super Bowl now might get like 50 million
Yeah,
viewers,
yeah.
but yeah, pretty wild. My last question, would you ever want to see the gang? Well, I guess we
Mm,
can't. Now that, Matthew Perry
well,
has
pre
passed on.
right.
But let's say, yeah, you're right. Let's say if this was a year ago and he was still alive, would you have ever wanted to see them reunite for just one episode? Not reunite like for like a special like interview, but like would you ever want to see these characters again, or do you feel like no, don't mess with it? Like we learned our
I
Joey
would
lesson.
I'm gonna say no, and it's mostly because of Matthew Perry, and
Yeah.
it was always hard to see him like, the reunion special on HBO is
Mhm.
tough.
It's
He lo
tough.
Yeah,
Yeah. Because they all look pretty much so good, especially
yeah,
David Schwimmer. He like
yeah.
looks the best, I'd say. And Courtney always looks good. But yeah, I completely agree.
Maybe if it
Matthew.
was, like, 10 years ago,
Yep.
leave
And
well
that's the
enough
story of
alone.
Friends.
Yep.
Leave it alone, everyone. All right?
I
You
mean,
get what you get.
they handled things really well, ideally. Like, they haven't, you know, messed with, the legacy of it.
Honestly, yeah, and good on the creators and the
Mhm.
studio, like, for not messing with it, because
Yeah.
we're in such a reboot world, not
Mhm.
messing with it, not forcing them to do things like even the last few seasons, it's pretty impressive that, like, that could have gone
Mhm.
downhill like some shows,
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, so good on everyone for, like, actually taking care of this show, So
Yeah. Yeah, they really did. They had restraint
yeah.
because obviously they could have made, millions of more, but I think
Mhm.
also they all kind of felt like, "Well, I have a ton of money. I don't need any."
Mhm.
They were not
Yeah.
greedy, like
You're right. Yeah, they're like, yeah, why continue pushing it when it's like, "No, I'm good, I'm set." And then all the
mhm,
residual money they're making, oh my
mhm,
god.
mhm.
It's amazing, any of them even still honestly actively work. That's just now
Yeah,
like they just wanna try new things.
for
Yeah,
fun.
it's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
which
Mhm.
was quite the luxury, yeah.
Uh-huh, totally. Awesome, Mel. Well, thank you so much. Any final
Yeah,
thoughts? Anything you didn't get to say, or you feel like you got all your
yeah,
knowledge
I feel
out?
like we did a good coverage of a very, there's a lot to cover, and,
There is a lot. Wow.
obviously we could talk about more episodes. There's so many infamous ones, but, yeah, it was
Well,
fun. I
maybe
mean,
if I'm still doing this in 10 years, maybe we'll do a
we'll
a
talk about
Friends
other
40th and we'll
yeah,
pick other episodes.
yeah,
That
yeah,
would be
yeah.
fun. Okay.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Let's think about that if I'm still doing this. We'll see.
I
No
hope.
promises. We'll see. We'll see.